Hey guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com, and in this week's ukulele lesson, we're taking a look back at probably the cutest tune that I've ever written for the ukulele, which is called Daydreaming. So those of you who have followed our lessons for a while probably recognize this tune because it is the featured song in our course on how to write a song on the ukulele. So what this course does is it takes an in-depth analysis into daydreaming, and we look at how it was composed. So we're looking at the three elements or the three building blocks of music. We're looking at harmony, melody, and rhythm. So we're looking at how the harmony was composed, we're looking at how the melody was composed, and we're looking at how the rhythm was composed. And above all, we're looking at how those three elements come together to create a song. So if you guys are interested in learning how to write your own songs, or maybe you want to write your own arrangements, or you just want to learn more about the theory behind composition, then I definitely recommend to click this link to check out a little bit more about that course. So let's talk a little bit about this lesson. So I wanted to release this as a weekly lesson because it's a really great piece for those of you who are transitioning from beginner to intermediate level. So it takes all those chords that you learned as a beginner and it bumps up that tempo. So you're playing it at a brisk or a quick tempo, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge, and you've got to intertwine that melody into it. So it's a great intermediate level piece, but above all, it serves as a great first piece for learning how to play with a swung feel. So every eighth note is going to have that swung eighth note feel. So if you're new to that, I'm going to put a link in the description box below to a lesson that covers what swung eighth notes is, how to play in that feel, and demonstrate straight versus swung feel, so you can learn a little bit more. So again, if you're new to that, check that out real quick before you start this lesson. So with that said, I do want to point out one other thing too. So this is an older lesson, so it's going to move at a quicker pace than our newer lessons do. So I'm going to go ahead and include the tablature completely for free with this lesson. So all you have to do is sign up for basic membership, which is 100% free. So if you'd like to get the tabs to follow along with, go ahead and click this link right here, or go to the site and do a search for Daydreaming. And at the site, you'll also be able to get access to the on-screen tab viewer. So this is a really cool feature where you can hit play, you can watch the tab scroll across in real time, you can highlight bars to loop sections, slow it down to any speed you wish. Just a really great asset for learning this song that much easier. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to myself from the past to teach you how to play Daydreaming. Hey guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com. Thanks for purchasing How to Write a Song on the Ukulele, a beginner's guide to chord melody. And what we're going to be doing in this is the video lesson for how to play the actual chord melody, which is called Daydreaming. Now, this song is in the key of C, and it has a swung eighth note rhythm for the fill. So keep that in mind as you're playing, okay? Let's go ahead and begin. We start with our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Just going to play that one note. After that, we drop down to the 1st string, and we're going to play just a basic C. Okay? So that C, I'm going to strum twice. Let me go ahead and play the first part for you, and you can get a feel of what we're about to do. Okay? This is basically 6 bars of the A melody because it repeats 3 times. So what I'm doing again is I'm going to play that 3rd fret of the 2nd string, drop down to a C, strum that twice, play an open 1st string, go up to middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, strum that twice, and then play an open 1st as well. That's kind of like a little note to jazz it up. If you don't want to play it, it's fine as well. You guys can just go, right? But if we want to just kind of keep it a little bit more interesting, keep that little groove going. See how I come up with my thumb to hit that open? Sounds awesome, right? Okay, so after A minor, I have a D minor chord. It's going to be that same middle finger stays there on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. ring finger's underneath, and my first finger is on the second string first fret, while the first string is open. Okay, that's our D minor. And we're going to play our melody notes out of that chord. We're going to put our pinky down on the third fret of the second string, play that once, play the open first, go back to the second. Okay, so I have just like that. Then I go into a G chord, and I'm going to strum and then pull off with my middle finger 2 to 0 on the first string, so it's an open. And then play the second string, and then the first open. So I have just like that. Okay, that's going to go 3 times in a row. Like I said earlier, that is 6 bars of the A melody because it repeats 3 times. Remember, that first note was a pickup measure, so don't count that as like the actual first bar, okay? So what about the last 2 bars of the A melody? We're going to go into a walk up of the melody and a walk back down before it goes to the B melody. Okay, so what it's going to be is C. I'm going to strum twice, hit the open, then I'm going to lay my ring flat on the 5th fret, strings 1, 2, and 3, with the 4th string open. Twice I strum, open first, back to C, twice again, open first, and then first finger on the 1st fret of the 1st string, and strum twice. And that's a C7 chord. So again, I have. Okay? That's the whole A part, or the A melody, right? So 8 bars of the A melody, followed by 8 bars of the B melody, followed by 8 bars of the A melody. We have a 24 bar form for this song. So B melody, we begin with the F chord. Okay? And the F chord again is the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And I'm strumming all 4. So I'm going to strum twice, then I'm going to pick a melody out of that chord. And it's going to be the 4th string that I play, take my pinky, put it on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and I'm going to pull off. And then I'm going to play the 4th string first, 2nd. That goes twice, so it's strum, strum, 4, pull off on 1, back to 4, 1, 2. After that, I'm going to go to an E minor chord. And this is like a staircase shape, right? It's the 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and index on the 1st string 2nd fret. Strum twice, and then I'm going to do a walk up and a walk down, kind of like we did at the last 2 bars of the A melody. So let's just take that for right now. Strum twice, 4 open, then I'm going to play 2, 3, 5 on the 1st string. After that, I'm going to take my middle finger, put it on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, strum that. Okay, so it's a C chord, right? Followed by the 1st finger playing the 2nd fret by itself on the 1st string. Going down 1 more fret, and it goes to C7. So let's just take that first part. So I strum twice, 4 open, play the 1st fret of 1st string, play the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and I'm going to slide up. When I go back down, I'm just going to move down to the 3rd fret, strum, and then the 1st fret again. So I have, okay? So from E minor, okay? Remember guys, that slide is just a whole step slide, right? So it's 3 to 5, right? And then it just moves back a whole step, strum to the first fret of the first string, okay? So all together for the B melody, we have the first 4 bars now. Okay, after that it goes back to that F chord and it does the same thing we just did. Next it goes to an A7. So I'm going to strum twice on this A7 and it keeps with that same rhythm that we've been doing. First finger for the A7 is on the first fret of the 3rd string. Ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and the 4th and 1st string are open. Strum twice, 4 open, then I'm going to pull off with my pinky, 1st string, 3rd fret to the open, 4 open, 1st open, and then 2nd string. Okay, after that I go into a D7, so it's laying the 1st finger flat on the 2nd fret, all 4 strings, while my middle finger goes on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Strum twice, play the 4, and then we're going to do pull off 2 to the barred on string 1. So you see how my middle finger pulls off. Pinky goes on 5 on string 2. Then middle finger goes on 3 on string 2. And I pull off again. Cool. The last note is going to be the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Okay? After that, it just goes straight to a G chord. So we're going to just keep this finger barred, but we're going to put our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So I'm going to do a triplet rhythm that goes 3 times, but only strumming the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings. So ignore string 4. So I'm going to go just like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. While the last hit is going to be like a staccato. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, boom. After that, it just goes back into the A melody. Right? And so on. So let's look at the second half of the B melody. We'll play that. Pretty cool, right? And after that, like I said, it goes back into the A melody, but the last bar is different. The last bar we have an ending of the song. So when we go back to that walk up, we're going to play that. And what it is, it's going to be the same thing as before. From right here is the last bar. We go C, F, C. So it's 1, 2, 3. And that's it. So that's our whole entire song. So remember, it's a 24 bar form, A, B, A melody, B melody, A melody. And it just kind of flip-flops between the two. It's a very classic example of a cute little tune that I wrote for you guys. Remember, follow along with the book. It explains how everything was written. And if you have any questions, send me an email. I'll be happy to help in any way that I can. Cheers. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's a really cute tune with a fun melody, and it's a great piece for working on playing with that swung 8th note fill. So if you want to continue working on another tune that has that same vibe, that same swung 8th note fill, I'll put a link in the description box below for our lesson on the SpongeBob SquarePants theme. And if you're not familiar with the cartoon, the theme song has a real pirate vibe to it, so it's a cute sounding tune, but it'll give you a lot more practice with that swung eighth note rhythm. Also guys, if you haven't downloaded the tablature for daydreaming yet, go ahead and click this link right here. Just sign up for basic membership. It's 100% free, and you can print off the tabs for this lesson and keep it in your repertoire of songs. Also, if you're interested in learning more about how this song was composed, be sure to check out our course on how to write a song on the ukulele. Again, I'll put a link in the description box below for that as well. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this tune, and I will see you in the next lesson.